Welcome to Plan and Practice channel. Today we will see Class 5 English Lesson 8, the decision of the panchayat. So what is a panchayat? Panchayat, it consists of group of people for a village who will be taking a decision for a public cause. So they will give a judgment to the people. We'll go to the lesson now. Once upon a time, there lived a farmer in a small village. So there was a farmer. He had two fields. So two fields means field means there'll be lot of agricultural plants or normal plants or even grass which is grown. That is agricultural field. Like that, the farmer was having two fields. He used to work very hard. So he used to work very hard and he was very true person. When he prospered, he bought another field. There was a well next to it. So by working hard, he got some earnings. He prospered in that and he bought another field. There was a well next to it. There was a well next to it, next to the agricultural field. Since the farmer needed a source of water for his field, he bought the well from the neighbor. So what did he do? The farmer, he got the well from his neighbor because that well water would be useful to him for watering the plants in the field. The neighbor was a cunning person. This farmer was a true person. The neighbor was tricky person, troubling others and gaining some advantage for himself. That is a cunning one. So the neighbor was a cunning person. He thought of a plan to cheat the farmer. So cunning means he wants to deceive somebody, and that was the farmer. The neighbor thought, I'm going to cheat the farmer. The next day, when the farmer reached the well, he found the neighbor standing there. So the farmer came to the field for watering it, found the neighbor there. He refused to let the farmer take water from the well. The neighbor was a cunning person. He stopped the farmer and said, you cannot take water from the well. On asking why, he replied, I sold only the well to you, not the water. The water still belongs to me. You cannot take it. Like that, he told the farmer. So the neighbor said, I sold the well only. That is the outer part, not the water in it. So you cannot take the water. I will not allow you to take the water. Like that, the neighbor said the farmer. The worried farmer didn't know what to do. So he went to the village chief and told her about his case and said, he is not letting me to take the water. So the farmer was very sad. He was unhappy. He went to the village chief, the person who will decide for panchayat. The farmer went to the village chief and told her about his case. The neighbor sold the well and he is not giving the water to me and said he is not letting me to take the water from the well. The well village chief fixed a day for meeting of the panchayat. So the village chief person, who is a leader for this panchayat group, he said, I will take a decision, you don't worry. And he fixed a day for that. The day came. That day came. And the members of the panchayat gathered under the banyan tree in the center of the village. Both the farmer and his neighbor were summoned. Most of the villagers were present. So that day came, the panchayat gathered, that is the group of people gathered to take a decision for this problem. They sat under the banyan tree, which was in the center of the village. Father farmer came and also his neighbor came, who showed the well to the farmer. That person also came. Most of the villagers, other village people were also present to watch the meeting of the panchayat. Farmer explained the situation to the gathering. The chief asked the neighbor why he was not letting the farmer draw water from the well. So the farmer told everybody who were there in the panchayat that I got purchased the well from the neighbor. Now he is not letting me to take the water. Hearing this, the chief of the panchayat group, that lady, asked the neighbor, why are you not letting the farmer take the water from the well? Why are you not allowing the farmer to take the water from the well? Because he has already paid the well. He purchased the well from you. The cunning man said the same thing again. I sold only the well to him, not the water in it. The water still belongs to me, so he cannot take my water. Like that, the neighbor said to the panchayat, who have gathered under the banyan tree. So the neighbor said, I sold only well to the farmer. So first itself he didn't say that he want the water. Now I cannot give him. Like that, the neighbor said to the panchayat chief. The members of the panchayat as well as the villagers tried to reason him, but he was adamant. Finally, the panchayat members discussed the matter among themselves. Then they stood up to give the judgment. The villagers also stood up. So the members of the panchayat and panchayat chief tried to convince the neighbor, don't do like that. He has given you the full money, so be truthful to him. You give the full well to the farmer. But the neighbor did not listen. So the panchayat decided to tell something and stood up. And all the villagers who came to watch the panchayat also stood up for listening the judgment that the panchayat people are going to give, and panchayat chief is going to announce. The village chief began. After hearing both sides, we agreed that it is correct to say that only the well was sold. The neighbor gave a satisfied smile. The neighbor gave a satisfied smile. However, continued the village chief, if you have not sold the water and the water is yours, then you have no business to keep your water in the well. Remove the water or use it immediately. If not, the water will belong to the owner of the well. So what did the chief say? panchayat chief said, correct, the neighbor is correct only. He is saying that he is not ready to give the well. We are okay with the neighbor. Hearing this, the neighbor smiled and he was very happy. However, continued the panchayat chief. She said, since the water did not belong to the neighbor has to take the water and keep the water somewhere else, not in the well, not in the farmer well. So he has to remove the water immediately. Otherwise, the water will belong to the owner, that is the farmer. The farmer was relieved and gave a shout of joy. The cunning neighbor realized that cheating will not lead anywhere. So the farmer, hearing the judgment of the panchayat chief, was very happy. He shouted with joy and thanked the panchayat chief. The cunning neighbor realized that cheating will not lead the person anywhere. It will make or bring a shame in front of everyone. So being cunning or being bad is not good. A true person will always be rewarded. The neighbor understood this. He had to pay the fine as well as apologize to the farmer. So the panchayat chief said the neighbor has to pay the fine for being cunning and not truthful to the farmer. And he also has to say sorry to the farmer. The villagers praised the wisdom of the panchayat. So the villagers were also very happy. They praised the panchayat people and the panchayat chief. So this is the story telling us that we have to be true and honest, and we should not cheat others. New words: panchayat, village elders or leaders who gather to settle dispute or some problem. That is panchayat. Panchayat means a group of people who take a decision for a problem. Adamant. Adamant means very stubborn and firm. The word adamant means very stubborn and firm. Cunning. Cunning, very cunning means cheating somebody. Cunning means cheating or deceiving somebody. Apologize, say sorry for a mistake. Apologize, say sorry for a mistake. Wisdom, to have knowledge and to make decision. So a person who have collected or gained knowledge, not just taking the knowledge but making decision on that, is wisdom. So this is the lesson for class 5 CBSE NCERT English lesson 8. Hope you all understood. For the lessons for class 5 English, you can see my YouTube playlist. Thank you for watching. Happy learning. Thank you.